Hello students, let us see beta and gamma functions. Beta and gamma functions are the type of integrals, right? So let us start with beta. Beta function is defined as beta m comma n is equal to integral 0 to 1 x to the power m minus 1 minus x to the power n minus 1 dx. Beta function is a symmetric function which we can easily prove by substituting x is equal to 1 minus x in this relation. Beta function is also defined as integral 0 to infinity y to the power m minus 1 upon 1 plus y to the power n plus n dy. This result also can be easily obtained by substituting x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus y. Then beta function can be converted into trigonometric function sine and cos, which is the most important form and will be used to solve the numerical questions. So beta mn is also equal to 2 integral 0 to pi by 2 sine 2m minus 1 theta cos 2n minus 1 theta d theta. This can be obtained by putting x is equal to sine square theta here in this expression. So we will get this expression. I can further reduce this format in a much simpler format like this. By substituting 2m minus 1 is equal to p and 2n minus 1 is equal to q, this integral can be represented like this and this beta function can be written like gamma function, which I will explain you now. Now what is a gamma function? Gamma function is also a type of integral. It is defined as gamma n is equal to integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus x to the power n minus 1 dx. It is also equal to 2 integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus t square t to the power 2n minus 1 dt. Now, the gamma has few more properties which we will discuss. The first property is gamma can be connected to factorial. Now, how it can be connected to factorial? Gamma n plus 1 is equal to n gamma n and this is equal to n factorial. If I keep on applying the property gamma n plus 1 is equal to n gamma n, like here I can write it as n minus 1 gamma n minus 1, and if I keep on opening it, I will get n factorial. So gamma function is connected to factorial. Okay, 0 factorial is 1. So gamma 1 is equal to 1. Gamma 1 by 2 is equal to root pi. Gamma minus 1 by 2 is equal to minus 2 root pi. Gamma n, gamma 1 minus n is equal to pi upon sine n pi. These are the properties which I will be using during numerical. This result can be easily proved by putting m and n is equal to 1 by 2 in the standard formula or a relation of beta and gamma function. This gamma n plus 1 expression, gamma is used when I have a fractional number. Factorial when I have a positive integer. Sometime I need to use this relation to get the product of two gamma functions. Right? Now this gamma function and beta functions are connected to each other by a formula. The formula is beta mn is equal to gamma n upon gamma m plus n. It's very easy to prove this relation. How I will be proving this relation? See now, I can write that gamma m is equal to 2 integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus x square x to the power 2m minus 1 dx. That is the basic definition. Same way, gamma n can be written as 2 integral 0 to infinity e to the power minus y square y to the power 2n minus 1 dy. Now, if I multiply these two relations, I get this. Now, what I will do, as I taught you in one lecture, how to convert an integral to a polar. Same concept I will use here. I will put x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta. Dx dy will be r dr d theta. And obviously this integral is representing the first quadrant. So my r will vary from 0 to infinity and theta will vary from 0 to pi by 2. So my gamma m into gamma n will get converted into this expression. Now I can easily separate r and theta here. When you separate r and theta integrals, you observe that if you carefully see this, this is a definition of gamma m plus n by the same formula like this. And the remaining is the formula of beta mn. So I got this relation. So beta mn is equal to gamma n upon gamma m plus n. This formula is very important to solve the numerical question. So this relation is very important. Let us see how to apply this relation to solve a question. Whenever you have any integral, you can easily convert it to trigonometric function by taking the required substitution. Now, once the question is converted into trigonometry, how to handle it? Suppose you have to evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2 under root cot theta. Cot can be written as cos by sine. So, root cot theta is like this. If I compare this is to with my standard formula, P is minus 1 by 2, Q is 1 by 2. Right? So apply the formula gamma P plus 1 upon 2, gamma Q plus 1 upon 2 gamma P plus Q plus 2 upon 2. When you solve this, 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is 1 by 4. So I got this expression. Now both are less than 1. So what I will be doing, I will apply the formula gamma n gamma 1 minus n. See, I can write down this as 1 by 4 and 3 by 4 as 1 by 4 and 1 minus 1 by 4. So I can use the formula which I told you as a property gamma n gamma 1 minus n is equal to pi upon sine n pi. So I applied this formula, I got this, and sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So I got pi upon 2 1 by root 2. So this is my answer. Same way, if you get gamma 1 by 2, you can always substitute it root pi. Gamma 3 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 root pi by the property gamma n plus 1 is n gamma n. Same way, gamma 5 by 2 is equal to 3 by 2 1 by 2 root pi. If you have gamma 4, it is equal to 3 factorial. Now, if you have any question which is in terms of x, you can always reduce that integral to trigonometry by taking the suitable substitutions. This is how you will solve the numerical questions. Thank you very much, students.